Hey, Tobias here. I want to give you some advice for how you can grow a profitable agency. Whether you are a solopreneur right now or whether you are already in business and have a team and you're struggling to grow it, to make it profitable, got some good ideas for you, so stick around. First, disclaimer. I am not here with my shades on in the sun in beautiful Marbella to give you the false idea that I've figured out so well that I work 4 hours per week and I'm a zillionaire and I drive a Lambo. It's not who I am, but I just happen to be here shooting this video. I love to come into these environments just to inspire myself to get some good work done. And also, I'm from Finland, so I live basically in an igloo, so bear with me. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, let's get into the actual ideas. So, as someone who is building an agency, what you're typically dealing with is your business is probably very unpredictable. It's hard to predict, where the next work's going to come in from. A lot of people struggle with profitability as well, because sometimes you get good clients, sometimes you don't, sometimes you have too much to do, sometimes you have little to do. It's very stressful. I know this. I did that for 15 years. About the first 7 or 8 years were like that for me. And then I figured some things out, which I want to share with you. And some of those things are kind of the basis for everything I do. As I work with entrepreneurs, I work with professional service firms, most particularly agencies, to help them fix their businesses. And so just a couple of common problems. First of all, positioning. Positioning is extremely important. You probably know that. But in the agency world, it's very hard and it's very rare that there be positionings. If you're a full service agency, if you call yourself a 360 agency, it's code for we don't have a strategy. Because positioning is about focus and it's about making choices. It's about making choices about who you're here to serve, what problems you're here to solve, and why people should choose you. If you don't have a proper positioning in place, it's going to be very, very hard to attract the right type of people. A full service agency is utopia. It doesn't really exist. No client ever said, let us find an agency that can do everything for us. No, they're looking for a specific result, specific knowledge that you have. They're not coming only for service, they're coming for knowledge. When you're well positioned, you have depth of knowledge. You've seen patterns before. You can actually consult them. You can charge for that consulting advice. They're not buying your hands and your keyboard and just the deliverables. And so that's one of the key problems that we see all over. So when you think about your agency, I don't know what your goal is, but let's say if you wanted to get to 1 million or if you wanted to get to 10 million, it doesn't really matter. Ask yourself, look, what's the average sale of your business? Let's say if it's 10,000, if you wanted to make 100,000 a month, you could sell 10 offers at 10K per year. That would be like 80 to 100 clients. That's very small. That's not big. You can be extremely focused and niched, and actually you should, in order for you to make that kind of sales consistently, predictably with high profitability. And so most people, including myself, the way I started positioning myself, I thought I was kind of niche, but I wasn't. I was basically, my market was for 1 billion companies were probably in my target group. So you don't want to be that agency. You want to start really small, and it's counterintuitive, but let me tell you something. Focus leads to fear, but not focusing leads to poverty and bankruptcy. So you better focus, and this is one of the hardest things for agency owners. Now, another thing that, out of my list of 20 things that agency owners typically struggle with is pricing. It's pricing yourself based on the outcomes that you deliver, not based on price. Don't confuse cost with price, and certainly not with value. So there are many ways that you could price yourself where you belong to charge significantly more from clients, but also deliver more value, of course, when you know how to innovate your proposition. So in the Future Academy, where we help agencies, we typically take a look at 3 different areas. And those 3 areas are your proposition, your acquisition, and your delivery. The proposition, unlike most people or most, if you go online and look up proposition, value proposition, or offering, most will talk about the immediate, benefits of your offering, your product, your service, your program. The way I think about that is that when you make a choice as a consumer, it's partly because of the brand, it's the positioning, but it's also about the benefits that you get from using the product or the service. So for me, in my world, in my company's world, Future Academy proposition is both positioning and brand, and it's what the product or the service does. Together, they form up the perception of value that leads to customer choice. And as I always like to say, customer choice in business is everything. And so you have to really innovate your propositioning on one hand to make sure that you do something different. And you've heard that 100 times, so you're probably there talking to your clients about that. But look at your own proposition. Ask yourself, is it really differentiating? Because you need to do something that is different for only a select few people that will become your best clients. Which leads me to another point, and that's that most of us in the agency world, we focus on everyone, everybody. Everybody that has money can become a client, and that's one of the worst mistakes. You should protect your positioning at all costs. You should protect your profitability at all costs and protect your clients at all costs. So if you're familiar with the 80-20 rule, so what we typically do is when we go in and work with somebody, is we take a look at the profitability, but not only that, also the quality of the clients that you have, because not all clients are created equal. Not all the euros or the dollars or the pounds that you're earning are equally valuable. Some of them come with a cost, and that cost could be you're diluting your positioning, you're undermining your values. People are leaving because you bring in bad clients. It's very important that you bring in only the right type of clients that want to stick around, that perhaps respect you for what you do, that make life easier for you, that you can create great results for and form long customer relationships with, so you can keep helping them and charging over time. Oh, that's a really wrinkled t-shirt I have, sorry. Anyway, so hope that's making sense so far. And so I don't want to make this too long-winded, but we've identified 20 different things that agency owners could be doing better. And some of those things agency owners, let's be really honest, suck at. I want to do one more, and that's the acquisition part. If you rely on only random referrals for clients, you don't have any control in your business, and it could go south whenever somebody leaves or something just something weird happens. What you need is clear process and systems for acquiring clients, the marketing, branding, and sales bit, but also for delivery. Because one of the things you might be thinking in your business right now is, oh my God, I have to do everything. I wish I could clone myself. That's not the right question. There are some problems that lie under that is the reason that you feel that you have to be present everywhere and do all the work. Anyways, I want to not go on for too long, but if you thought this was interesting and if you'd like to reach out, we have programs for agency owners, starting from if you're by yourself and you want to get to 360K with at least 30% in profit margin, or whether you're going to go beyond that to making 100,000 a month or $1 million a month or more, then we have the program for that. So if this was interesting, make sure that you DM us, DM me, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Anyways, have a good rest of your day, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you, and most importantly, about how we can help turn around your agency, make it profitable and predictable so you can live the life of your dreams. Take care.